Hello, everyone. Welcome to Global Government News. Today is June 28th, 2010, and I am Darko. Today, in this video, I will be covering two articles about the wealthy. One is called or titled World's Rich Got Richer Amid 2009 Recession Report, and the other article is New Jersey Battles Over Tax on Millions. Says the rich grew richer last year even as the world endured the worst recession in decades. And it kind of makes you wonder. It's like, well, the rich got richer and we all got poorer. It's pretty simple and self-explanatory, right? Shouldn't be too much. Shouldn't be too much explaining going on as to why that happened. Well, most of the middle class got wiped out, right? Their pensions and that, and their mortgages and everything else. It says a stock market rebound helped the world's ranks of millionaires climb 17% to 10 million, while the collective wealth surged 19% to 39 trillion, nearly recouping losses from the financial crisis, according to the latest Merrill Lynch Capgemini World Wealth Report. But I guess I just wanted to point this out, that I don't think that millionaires are necessarily richer. I think the people that are the trillionaires are the billionaires, and then the trillionaires are the ones that I would consider rich. I think millionaires, like my landlord, aren't really rich. They just, they have businesses, so they have their little net operating income, and they're able to have a little place in Florida and a little nice little house and here in Northwest Indiana, but I mean they're not like rolling in with the money, the Benjamins, whatever you want to call it. So it says the fastest growth in wealth took place in India, China, and Brazil, some of the hardest hit markets in 2008. Wealth in Latin America and Asia Pacific soared to record highs. It says we are already seeing distinct signs of recovery in some areas, a complete return to 2007 levels of wealth and growth. Bank of America Core Wealth Management chief says Asia's millionaires ranks rose to 3 million, matching Europe for the first time, paced by a 4.5% economic expansion. Asian millionaires combined wealth surged 31% to 10 trillion, surpassing Europe's 9.5 trillion. In North America, the ranks of the rich rose 17%, and their wealth grew 18% to 10 trillion. So you can see the United States was home to most millionaires in 2009, 2.87 million, followed by Japan with 1.65 million, Germany with 861,000, and China with just about under 500,000. It says Switzerland has the highest concentration of millionaires, nearly 35 for every 1,000 adults. And it says, yes, the portfolios bounced back and investors remained weary after a collapse that erased a decade of stock gains, fueled a contraction in the global economy, and sent unemployment soaring. I like this part. It says the challenge ahead for brokers is convincing clients to move off the sidelines and pursue riskier, more fruitful investments. Yeah, so you can get suckered again. Suckers. And they tell you right here, you can see where the future is heading for the United States as families that kept money closer to home during the crisis began shifting money to foreign markets, particularly the developing nations, which were all those countries that were above Brazil, India, China, and all them. North American and European investors are expected to increase their exposure to Asian markets, which are projected to lead the world in economic expansion. So yeah, it's basically China and Russia are going to be the new United States. But it says Europe's wealthy are seen increasing their U.S. and Canadian holdings. We've been deindustrialized. Our jobs are pretty much gone. I mean, yeah, there's still, this is the United States, and the economy was just the best economy in history, because it was pretty free for a while, even though, we still have regulating agencies and departments and that, and a lot of permits and tax and stuff that you have to do. It's been pretty productive, but it's definitely a fascist Keynesian style economy that we're in, and or corporatist. And so you're going to continue to have the same things here in the U.S. where you're going to have just, stealing going on. I don't know. I mean, there's no other way to really put it. It's just stealing. It's fraud. And as long as we have the Federal Reserve System in the United States, we'll continue to be just raped. Just the regular, common, normal, average person who makes under, I would have to say under $50,000 a year. Anywhere under there is pretty much screwed. Manufacturing's gone. It's not coming back. And it's just a transfer of wealth from the West to the East. And now it's their time. So at least that's what our masters want. So just throw this article in there. Millionaires increased spending on luxuries in 2009. It says as financial markets recovered last year, the world's millionaires again indulged in their passions for luxury cars, yachts, art, and jewelry. And it says while demand for many luxury items remained weaker in 2007, spending on so-called passion investments increased during the second half of last year and expected to continue to rise according to the latest Merrill Lynch World Wealth Report. And and like I said, I don't think that millionaires are necessarily the super wealthy, and I don't think there's anything wrong with having nice cars or nice houses and stuff like that. I'm just trying to make the point that the rich, not so much the rich, but the wealthy are getting wealthier, and the middle class and poor are getting poorer. Check out this article from April 24th, 2010. Super rich become wealthier again, Sunday Times says. The UK is super rich. And that's what I call rich, super rich, the billionaires, right? Mattel, right? He owns the steel company, I believe. It's some kind of factory 20 minutes from my house here in northwest Indiana. This Indian, steelmaker, it says it right there, so. The London-based steel tycoon Mattel topped the list for the sixth consecutive year with a $22 billion pile. Many, including Mr. Mattel, were hit badly by the economic downturn, shrinking their wealth in 2009, but the collective fortunes of the top 1,000 on the list have risen by 30% in the past year, the biggest jump in the list's 22-year history last year. And you can go in there and read it. Russian oligarchs and Chelsea Football Club owner Roman Abramovich remains at the second place. Third, you got the Duke of Westminster, and then another Indian. Here's another one from the London Guardian. Unequal Britain, richest 10% are now 100 times better than the poorest. Says a detailed and starting analysis of how unequal Britain has become offers a snapshot of the increasingly divided nation, with the richest 10% of the nation more than 100 times as wealthy as the poorest 10% of society. Also says researchers found the inequality. One indicates that by 2007-2008, Britain had reached the highest level of income inequality since soon after World War II. The Huffington Post in October last year actually posted an article titled "Why Growing Income Inequality is Bad for America." So I guess they're trying to explain to you why it's not good for the middle class or poor to stay where they're at and for the rich to get richer. You got this one from AmericanPendulum.com, how the middle class face growing income inequality era of psychopath corporatocracy or corporatism. America's wealthiest 25% of households own 87% of all U.S. wealth. And then here, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, or OECD.org, has an article from 2008 titled Income Inequality and Poverty Rising in Most Countries. It says countries with a wide distribution of income tend to have more widespread income poverty. It says the U.S. is definitely up there. It says the gap between the rich and the poor have grown in more than 3/4 of the countries over the past 2 decades. And why don't I think this is a good thing? Because I think that most of the billionaires and trillionaires and even some millionaires are getting wealthier, and they're consolidating their wealth and their power, their political pull. And that's not a good thing for us in the lower tiers of society. And so you get things like this, where you want to tax millionaires to pay for the elderly, just kind of crap. Thank you.